actually intensified everything.
I don't think it would have intensified anything. You just have people standing there.
No, he did. They literally did. They militarized ICE, gave them actual like military gear, and it escalated things. How would you feel if like you're outside with your neighbor and a random person in a mask runs up, grabs your neighbor, and just starts to pull your neighbor away? Would you just stand there and say, well, I guess you're gone, or would you try to help your neighbor?
I would obviously try to help them,
Okay.
but if there's a three little word on their back, or like I don't know, say there's FBI
But they
or
weren't
ICE.
identified.
Here's my question: if what they're doing is totally legal and there's nothing wrong with it, why are they wearing masks to hide their identities? Why are they not identifying themselves? Why are they going without warrants?
Going without warrants, I have no clue. If it were me, I would also hide my identity if I was doing something like that with a three-letter word on my back.
With hiding their identities, they're causing additional issues. Do you know exactly what's been happening now that they're allowed to wear masks?
No, why is that?
So now that they've been wearing masks, there's been people impersonating, holy smokes, impersonating ICE agents and actually trying to grape women, trying to kidnap random people and grape them. Because these people aren't showing identification. They're not showing their face. They're just snatching and grabbing people. And so now you have bad faith actors who are just randomly showing up and actually trying to kidnap people. That's an issue.
That is an issue. Do agree with that. Apologies. I was not informed on that. Thank you. That's really all I had to debate you.
All right. Appreciate you coming up. Let's go on to the next person. Let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. We are just looking for some debates. Please, everybody, only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. If you want to support Santana or I, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. Alrighty, let's go on to the next person real quick. Only send a guest request again if you do support Donald Trump. Alrighty, and then make sure to like the stream for the 3,400 people here on YouTube. Like the stream. How many likes are we at, chat?
Yeah,
we're over 2 grand. We're on the on the route to 3 grand or 3.
Yeah, all popping off.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah. What's up? How old are you?
I am 30.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I do. And let me be clear on this. I don't support a certain individual. I support certain beliefs. And I support the economic lifestyle and what I have attained and how I'm personally affected on certain beliefs, policies, and what is taking place. So, and just to clarify on what y'all been talking about, I think I'm a huge advocate of why do we seem to be the only country? And I'm an open ear, so I don't want to come in here thinking like I know it all, want to speak a certain way. I'm open ears, man. So I'm open to learn, open to new ideas. But my biggest question is, why do we feel like we need to be the only country that has to abide by or accept these certain beliefs? Because say as an American, we go to China, right? We go to North Korea, we go to wherever with a visa or with no visa. If we stay past our welcome, we're getting kicked out, no question asked.
I'm sorry, why are you looking to China and North Korea on how to run our government?
Okay, I'm not. But
you
don't take it to that extreme. Let's use that as an example. Okay, let's
you don't take it to that extreme. Didn't you bring
Canada. Let's use Canada, Parker. Let's use Canada.
Wait, I have a better one for you, real quick. You're American, right?
Yes, I am.
Are you proud to be an American?
Right now, no.
In the past, and again, historically speaking, have you been proud to be an American?
It's been a long time since I've been proud to be an American because of a lot of things that are going on, regardless of administration, left or right. Regardless of that, it's been a long time since America's been on top. Honestly, if we're being real with each other, it's been a long time.
I'm actually shocked to hear you say that. Kind of shuts down my point. The point that I was going to make is that America likes to market itself as the world leader, the best and the biggest and the brightest, and That's how you
We're
actually
not, though.
exemplify it. I agree.
Yeah,
We're not.
we're not, though.
I
Honestly,
agree with
when
that.
it comes down to it, like, we're really not, man. And that's the sad part about it is a lot of these mainstream platforms, they like to portray that, idea. And like I said, regardless of policy and administration, like, we're not who we say we are. We're not top of education, healthcare. I mean, maybe the only thing we're on top of is defense spending in our defense, which
Dude,
is
you're not a Trump supporter.
okay, Parker. I Jesus.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. I am proud of man, dude, I just work my ass off, man. And like I said this when I came onto here, I'm an open mind. I don't like saying I'm a certain way. I don't like identifying as a certain party because I care about my family, my future, and the people around me.
And I promise
so
you,
I
Donald
try and
Trump
put myself.
doesn't. I promise you, Donald Trump is not looking out for you. He's not looking out for your future. He's not looking out for anybody but himself, right?
But here, and I can't say yes or no because the only thing I can base myself off of is what I see and what I feel, which is my bank account. And what I've experienced is my bank account. And I've been through these two terms. Obviously, I'm 30 years old.
Okay, well,
my bank account under these two administrations are far different.
okay,
Under a certain administration, they're higher, and the certain administration, they're lower. And I'm not saying that directly it correlates to. I'm not saying it directly correlates to the person in power, but there's a lot of other things that come into play, man.
Listen. Correlation does not equal causation. So just because two things are associated does not mean one causes the other. Just because it is the case that under Biden's administration you had less money, and under Trump's administration you had more money, does not mean Trump's administration caused you to have more money. For example,
can we come
under
to an
Trump's
agreement that
administration,
that's a highly portrayed thing when it comes to the media and the things that people intake and people see?
Let's see, that's
Yeah,
not
so-
a good thing, though.
yeah, that's exactly why I tell people not to take that position. That's why it's a logical fallacy, because a lot of people do
Okay, well
use
that is
reasoning
fair.
when they
Then.
shouldn't.
That is fair. That's 100% fair. If that's the position that you take, that's fair. But I would strongly argue though that a lot of people on both sides strongly take the position and believe, the news that they see, and that correlates to who they watch: Fox, CNN, NBC, etc.
Yes, of course. I understand.
So it really skews the Americans' public, and they're not. I don't want to speak for people's education and knowledge of things, but it's just dividing our country so much. It's almost sad to see.
That's free speech. That's free speech. But the reality is that as consumers, we have to act differently. Inevitably speaking, there is going to be people of all of these different ideologies, and we have to be able to decipher which is accurate and which is not accurate. And how do we do that? Well, we do that by finding reliable, accurate information that is most probable to be the case. Okay. So if we rely on evidence, on probability, on what's most likely to be the case, then you're going to have the best possible set of beliefs that you could possibly have in accordance with believing what's true in reality, because it's the best reason. You have the best reason to believe this out of anything else. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I hear you. So I guess going back to Santana, that's your name, right? Santana.
Yep.
I did not want to lean to the extreme of North Korea, China. Okay, so let's take China and Mexico for an example. If
Here,
we were to travel to China,
let me give you my perspective on immigration. Just because someone comes to the country and documents it does not mean that they should be deported. If they have not committed a violent crime or a bad crime, they should not be deported. There's no good reason to deport them in that context.
I'm not disagreeing with you. But if we go to Canada and we go to Mexico, we go to this other country, are they going to deport us? The answer is yes. So what makes us different? Why should we accept them and accept people that are not vetted?
Because there's no reason to deport them. Just because someone else's laws is a certain way does not mean
Just
we should
because
have
there's
our
no
laws that way
reason,
as well.
That doesn't mean that doesn't trump, like that doesn't go against law. Like just because there's no reason doesn't mean.
For example, I have a question.
It's still a law.
I have a question. Do you think that every single person who jaywalks should be held accountable? Like, for example, if it's illegal to jaywalk in a certain area and there's no cars around, it's not unsafe to go
earlier. Let's not take North Korea and China into example. You're talking jaywalking to crossing the country illegally.
I actually don't. So the point I'm trying to demonstrate to you is that just because it is the case that something is illegal does not mean it is the case that we consider it to be wrong to do, immoral, or reason to punish someone based upon. And if someone is coming to the country undocumented, they have not committed a violent crime or bad crime, I see no good reason to deport them, and I think that they should be a member of this country as they benefit the country, and
So
they
you,
benefit, and
so
they benefit
answer me
beneficial to
this:
themselves as
is
well.
crossing the border illegally, not
It's a
through the
misdemeanor.
system? Is that not
It's a
not
misdemeanor.
against the law?
It's a misdemeanor. It's a misdemeanor.
Yeah.
It's a misdemeanor.
Okay, so what is a misdemeanor though? That is
It's a fine.
that is
It's literally a
breaking the law,
fine.
though, right, Santana?
Yeah,
Is that
but
yes
to
or no? Is
Parker-
it breaking
but
the law?
It is, but to Parker's point, it's the same way. If you jaywalk, that's a misdemeanor. It's a fine.
Okay,
you
but
jaywalk,
regardless, it's
that's
breaking
what
the
we're
law,
talking
correct?
about. Yes, but we do plenty of. Okay, have you ever sped? Have you ever went over the speed limit? Ever?
Brother, I spent 3 years in federal prison.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying. It's the same sense. It's the
No,
same
it's
sense.
that's the thing though. Like that you can't skew jaywalking in the same sense of entering a country illegally, because like
You
this is
literally
where I think
can,
this is
because
where the
it's the
disconnect has come
same-
off of. Is like how is entering a country illegally and staying past your welcome
because
considered the
that's the
same as
penalty
jaywalking?
that's the penalty under our law.
Wait, and
If you
also,
want to talk about law, then that's the penalty. Sorry, go ahead. Parker.
provide a
The
relevant
penalty
moral.
of the law is being deported, which is what's happening.
Provide
He's doing
a
it. That's why it's not being shut down.
provide a relevant moral distinction.
Say it again.
Provide a relevant moral distinction
Between what?
between jaywalking and coming to the country undocumented. That means that in one scenario, someone should be punished. In the other scenario, someone should not be punished.
In one scenario, jaywalking, I mean, they're crossing a street. In the other country, in the other scenario, they're crossing a country's border.
Thank you.
Bringing
in one scenario,
what do you mean?
should that
the
yield?
difference in scenario is drastic, brother. What do you mean?
What's the difference insofar as that they should
Crossing a
relevant?
country's border with no vetting and no like? What do you mean? How can you not understand that?
What is the relevant moral distinction in terms
Relevant
of
moral
morality?
distinction between crossing a street and crossing a country's border with no
Yes,
vetting and no legal right to be there?
As to why one should lead to specifically punishment and the other one should not.
I mean, I don't think that's really a debate, dude. Like crossing a country's border. Let's like I said earlier, let's use other countries as an example, since we can't seem to understand it, just like we can't understand the definition of a woman in this country right now.
What, dude?
Like what makes
dude.
us what?
Do you think children know what women are?
With
Do you think
with
do you think children know what women are?
Absolutely.
If you went up to a child, do you think that they would be able to give you like a definition?
1000%. What age are we talking? Are you talking like fucking toddlers, bro? What do you mean?
Wait. Yeah. Do you think 5-year-olds would be able to give you a specific, hyper specific definition that's going to apply in every single scenario?
That I think that's completely outbased to say that. Yes, they would say this. They would look at two people.
No, they wouldn't.
Bro,
obviously
wake up,
not,
brother. They would look at two people and they could tell you this is a woman, this is a man. 1000%. You can ask a million people.
Exactly. So like that's the concept that they understand specifically of gender, right? They didn't have to look at someone's genitals. They didn't have to look at their chromosomes. They didn't have to look at their gametes, right? There was a social designation that they specifically had within their minds where they didn't specifically have to have a hyper-specific definition. Now, I can provide definitions in the context of these spaces to provide extra clarity to people who do not understand, but a typical person, in order to understand what a man and a woman is, does not need to have a dictionary definition where they can apply a definition in every single scenario in order to be able to understand what a man or a woman is. In the same way that you wouldn't need a dictionary definition in that same context to be able to define ordinary things within our typical lives, right? Whether it be chairs, tables, typical things that, because they don't have to have dictionary definitions that apply in all scenarios.
I don't think
they have
it's hard
they have multiple different uses, which requires different definitions depending on the context of the scenario. Valkyrie, thank you so much. I really appreciate the 20.
I
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey,
Is it
real quick, Tyler, really quick.
You truly think someone couldn't?
Tyler, really quick.
I'm listening, brother. I'm listening.
Really quick. And I would like for you to tell me, both of these crimes come with a fine. Whose crime is actually the amount that you would have to pay for the fine? The fine can go up to $1,000. Is it crossing into the U.S. illegally or shooting fireworks without a permit? Which one do you think is the maximum fine is $1,000?
I mean, man, I don't know.
Just take a guess for me.
If I had to guess, it would be honestly probably shooting off fireworks if we're being real.
Right. Guess
Instead
how
of
much the
their friends.
maximum fine is for crossing into the U.S. illegally is.
I don't know, $500.
Half of it, $250.
That's crazy.
That's
Honestly,
the
crazy.
maximum. The maximum amount is a 200. It ranges from a $50 to $250
But
fine
here,
while
like,
shooting
I want to
while shooting fireworks without an actual permit can range from $250 to $1,000.
Can I circle back to something for you guys? Like,
Sure.
I'm here with an open mind.
Mhm.
I'm not here with a certain mentality. Like Parker, you said earlier, you think I'm not a Trump supporter. Like, I'm not just a Trump supporter. Like, I have certain values that I represent that I feel are important to me, and that is my family security. I live in Texas, close to the border. Like, not saying everyone that crosses the border is bad. Absolutely not. I employ 3 Hispanics as my salesmen. They're amazing people. Like, this has nothing to do with, this has absolutely nothing to do with race and your nationality. It's just it's simple as following the law and respecting the country that you're coming into.
But so this is the weird thing though, because you keep talking about the law and you keep talking about following the law, and even more so, you admitted that you're a felon. So I know for a fact that you have an appreciation for the criminal justice system. How can you support a person for president that is a felon who has flaunted in the face of the criminal justice system over and over and over, and even calling out different judges, having police brutally attacked with January the 6th, and then pardoning those people that attack police? I mean, like, Donald Trump has literally flaunted in the face of the criminal justice system, where you yourself had to spend time in jail when he got 34 counts, 34 felonies, and he didn't. Not only did he not go to jail, not only did he not have probation, he didn't even pay a fine. Like, I'll
say why, and it's not that I necessarily support a certain individual, so necessarily support individually Trump, because we've all fucked up. Clearly, he's fucked up. I don't support everything he's done, said, or been a part of at all. Just like no one's supported everything I've been a part of, you've been a part of, Parker's been a part of. We're none of us are perfect. Clearly, the only perfect person that's walked this earth is Jesus. None of us are perfect, but it's just the only reason I support what he's doing is because the way our country was going was not in a path that was sustainable. And I say that in parts of our country was looking weak. Our country was not advancing forward in every aspect, whether it was health, technology, advancement.
Hey, did you know someone just died from the plague in Arizona?
What plague?
The
bubonic?
No, it's the other one. Pneumonia. There's 3 common kinds. Let me look it up. But in Flagstaff, Arizona, it was the no. In Flagstaff, Arizona, someone actually died. This is the first time since 2007.
You said the pneumonic plague?
Yes,
Val,
it is.
Yep,
That's
right.
Subscription. That's right. So that's right. Yep.
Damn, no, I did not hear that. What is that? Also, what is that? Is this pneumonia?
It's one of the 3 major types of plagues, and also we have the worst measles outbreak that we've had in forever here within the United States. And you talk about, like, everything that you're saying, like, we're literally worse now. We're literally worse now than when we were under the Biden administration. Like, Donald Trump has made us worse in every category. Health, education.
Can you explain on that? Can you expand that real quick? So the pneumonic plague, even 100 cases being found. How does that make us worse now?
We haven't had someone lose their life from that since 2007.
Okay, so if we want to talk numbers, like, how many numbers? How many?
It's not about the numbers. It's about the fact that
and Biden during.
Listen, it's not about the numbers.
H1N1 and COVID.
Sure, it's not about that. It's about the fact that Donald Trump appointed RFK Jr., who is dismantling the HHS in multiple ways.
So let me ask: is there a vaccine for the pneumonic plague that you're talking about?
I would have to look it up. I'm not exactly sure. I would hope so, because again, Someone has not lost their life from this in the U.S. since 2007. And
Is
they
that
lost their
something
life
the
this year.
administration could have prevented those?
By the way, knowing Trump.
No, can I get a yes or no? Is that something an administration could have prevented? Any administration?
Obviously, yeah. If the administration,
How?
wait,
How? If
okay,
there's
I'm
no-
gonna
if there's
explain
no
it to you. Would
vaccination
you
for it,
hold on,
how
hold
could
on,
they
hold on,
prevent
hold
it?
on, slow down for a second. If the actual administration, like the Obama administration, is aware of certain different viruses, disease, national threats.
Pandemic team.
Exactly. That's what I was just about to say. They create pandemic teams, they create playbooks, they put people in place to make sure that we are healthy. But Donald Trump has dismantled those in multiple instances. And again, even with RFK Jr., with firing the entire medical board that makes decisions about vaccines, they're rolling back vaccines.
Okay, but again, how could any administration prevent the pneumonic plague that you're talking about when there's no vaccine even made? How could they prevent that? How does
What
that
I'm
have
saying
anything
is
to do
that
with
you
them?
take multiple safety measures to ensure the health of your citizens. And this administration is not only not taking those measures, they're rolling back standards that we already had in place. They're making things worse.
What are they
I'm
rolling
sorry.
back
Like,
to?
wait, do you accept the measles scenario at least? Because there is a vaccine for the measles.
Exactly. And we have the worst outbreak.
I mean, yeah, I accept. There's like two vaccines. My child, my 12-month-old, she's completely unvaccinated. Besides solely measles and what I was thinking it was polio.
Okay, so
And she's completely healthy.
So to clarify, no other vaccines.
Zero.
None.
Zero.
Just
She's never been
polio
sick.
and measles.
She's never been sick, never had a single sick day, period.
I just want to let you know, you are putting your kid at a significantly greater
Parker,
risk.
that's so off base. And don't bring my child into this.
No.
It's true.
I'm just letting you know it is true. You brought your child in this when you
Parker,
decided to bring her up.
Parker, do your research.
You decided to bring her up. I never brought her up in this conversation. You brought her up, and I'm going to respond given that you brought her up because I have to, given what you said in the conversation. It is absolutely the case that you are putting your kid at a significantly greater risk of being harmed in terms of a great array of illnesses if you do not get her vaccinated across the board for more than just the fucking measles and polio. Okay. If you understand the usefulness within the context of measles and polio, please apply it to other scenarios. Like none for meningitis, none for tuberculosis, none for anything.
No, we're not vaccinating our child with anything that has been done with modern medicine. That's
Tetanus, nothing.
Completely unstudied.
Rubella.
Hey, if you look up, just honestly, chat GPT it. Do us all a favor right now.
No, we're not going to use.
Oh, you don't want to do
ChatGPT.
facts? Okay.
No, we don't want to do chat.
You don't want to do facts? Okay.
Sure, we're not going to use Chat GTP because when you put stuff into Chat GTP, you have to be hyper specific with what you're trying to actually find. Because if you actually just generally put something in there, then it's going to give you a general answer that can range depending on the wording. Chat GTP is not an actual search engine. That it doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Also, like the fact that you use that as a source, or the fact that you just cited that is fucking insane, dude. Do you watch Joe Rogan?
Is that, bro? How is that insane though?
Do you watch Joe Rogan?
Real
question: Do you watch Joe Rogan?
No, I do not.
Surprise.
Are you? Do you watch CNN?
Nope.
I'm surprised. Anyways, okay, so getting back to what you were saying, Santana. In regards to how does an administration, Trump, Biden, Obama, Clinton, how could they have any of them prevented the pneumonia outbreak?
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
Let's get back to it. Parker, I know it's sensitive, but let's get back to it. Let's make sense of it.
Sensitive, bro. We've already gone over this a million times. Dude.
Exactly. This is
I'm not doing it again. Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
How is that? How have we gone over? You keep muting my mic.
We went over it how many times? Like multiple?
Like maybe once you let him speak.
Multiple times.
So let's talk about it. How?
We already did it. We already did. If you want
to hear it, then talk facts.
We've already talked about it.
Let's talk your facts then, because I didn't hear anything from him.
Then you want to go back and watch it on the YouTube stream? If you want to go back and watch it,
let's hear you answer. How?
You know what? These VODs are on YouTube. You can go back and watch it if you'd like.
Parker, how could you prevent it? Let's hear it.
Listen,
Go back and watch it if you'd
Taylor.
like.
No, let's hear it. Let's hear you
Taylor,
answer, since you know.
Parker, if you
Honestly,
don't mind, just,
you have
just
one
for half a
more shot
second.
here. If you don't fucking shut the fuck up and move the fuck on, I'm gonna go on to the next person. To be
Parker,
honest,
I'm cool with you going on. I'll slap the shit out of you. How could
what'd you just say?
I said?
Did you just threaten to hit me? You fucking weirdo. One, you can't hit me through a fucking phone. Two, you're such a caveman. You
brother.
threatened violence because you got fucking dunked on in a debate. Absolute caveman. Absolute caveman. You have to threaten violence because it is the case that you got dunked on in a debate. Absolutely intellectually dismantled. You're so mad that you got intellectually dismantled that you had to threaten violence.
Oh, shit.
Look at this guy, bro. Look at this guy.
This is funny. Look at this guy.
You're actually a joke, dude. You're actually a joke, dude. Do you think people
Answer
feel?
it.
Do you think?
How
do
could
you
you
think? Do
prevent
you
it?
think when you threaten violence that like looks good? Do you think that looks good that you just threatened violence?
How could you prevent it, Parker?
Can you answer the question?
How could you prevent
Can
it?
you answer the question? If not, I'm gonna kick you.
Let's answer mine first. Come on.
Answer my question, or I'm gonna kick you.
Answer what?
Answer my question, or I'm gonna kick you.
You keep muting me. Answer what?
Answer my question, or I'm gonna kick you.
What's your question? Talk to me.
Exactly.
I hate internet tough guys. Like, that's weird.
Literally threatens to assault me because he got mad that I beat him in a debate. That's so funny. I can already see it. MAGA guest threatens to assault me because it is the case that I beat him in a debate. It is the case. I need to stop saying it is the case.
Izelle, thank you so much for the $1 donation. Said I contracted scarlet fever as a toddler and nearly eradicated illness due to unvaccinated children. I almost lost my life because of people like the guest. Right? Also, Brenda, thank you so much for the $10 YouTube super chat. You're awesome. Thank you.
Abigail, thank you for the $2. Cole, thank you for the $1. Caitlin, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. This person's already been on the live. Why do you keep joining the live? Dude, I feel like I have the same people in the guest box over and over again.
It's they keep coming back. Also, I just want to say real quick, W's in the chat for Trinity. Trinity is over on YouTube. She said W Parker.
Hey Parker, how's it going?
Oh, you need to tell the chat what happened because they probably don't know.
I'll tell her. I'll tell the chat after this guess.
You should say it before because people are gonna be so confused.
Guys, Trinity is a part of our my community now. Trinity comes over, she hangs out, she watches, she participates. She's absolutely awesome. She's engaging, she's learning. Yes, I know you guys are saying what, you may not believe it, but Trinity is actually a part of our community, and she's apologized to multiple people. Trinity is absolutely turned over a new leaf, and she's moving forward. So if you see her, give her a chance. I told her, I was like, hey, you remain respectful, the chat remain respectful, and she has done that. So yeah, Debbie's in the chat for Trinity. She is a part of our community.
Dalton, how old are you? Dalton, how old are you?
Dalton, you're muted. There you
go. Sorry, I thought you guys had me muted. I'm 28.
$5. Thank you, Terminator. And do you support Donald Trump?
More so than I don't. Yes.
Like, if for example, if you could go back in time and either vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, who would you vote for?
Probably Donald Trump.
Why so?
I just feel like some of his policies more align with my beliefs, whereas I feel like some of the things that Kamala had a very shaky. Kamala. Sorry, say it one more. Kamala.
Yeah, Kamala.
Oh yeah, sorry, my apologies. Kamala had a very shaky policy base when she first initially went into it. She then more solidified some of her standings, but I felt like it was a little late in the game and it almost felt a little ramshackled. I know it's not her fault because of the whole Joe Biden situation, but I would say even then I would still probably vote for Donald Trump if I voted.
Okay, so like again, based on what policy, can you mention a policy of hers that you dislike?
Oh, of hers?
Yeah.
Not 100% on, like, because she had good policies when she finally put out policies, but it was more so on the lines of, there were some things that I felt like her running basically felt very disgenuine, and how like there were Ingenuine. The wording is difficult.
Disingenuous.
Disingenuous.
Yeah, disingenuous.
How so?
That's what I was trying to find. My apologies.
How
It's
so?
late here. But yeah, it just
How has it
felt
been
like
disingenuous?
yeah, to me it felt disingenuous.
so?
It felt like she started in one spot and then she pivoted to others. She had policies that she always stumbles on her. She used to stumble on her words. There were some things that like sometimes she'd be incoherent about some things that she was speaking on.
Can you give me an
and
example? Because I can give you an example of Trump. I'll actually give you multiple examples right now.
Oh no, I completely agree. There are times that Trump is.
So I think one area of mutual agreement and priority is vegetation management. But I think we want to work with you to really recognize the changing climate and what it means to our forests and actually work together with that science. That science is going to be key, because if we ignore that science and sort of put our head in the sand and think it's all about vegetation management, we're not going to succeed together protecting Californians.
Okay, it'll start getting cooler. You just watch.
I wish science agreed with you.
Well, I don't think science knows, actually.
Yeah, no, I can completely agree that there are times. I don't believe that Trump is the greatest candidate that's ever walked the earth. Absolutely not.
That's unhinged. I'm sorry. That's an unhinged response. Like saying the climate's going to start cooling and that science just doesn't know it yet is actually unhinged. Like the fact that you still support him and despite of that is crazy. That's akin to saying that the earth is flat. I'm serious.
No, and my personal belief is in order, like, if you support someone, you shouldn't be following 100% of what they are for. If you are just following them 100%, then it's blind faith. And I don't believe in that. I think you should challenge the leadership of your organization or anyone that you support, and you should strive, hey, I want this person to better represent me, because they are not saying exactly, because no one is ever going to say exactly what you want them to say.
I'm sorry. This is just like, dude, so you would support Donald Trump even if he believed the earth is flat?
I mean, as long as it didn't affect the policies of the United States of America, he can believe whatever he wants to believe. If he wants to be a Christian, he can be a Christian.
Dude, he would support Trump even if Trump believed the earth was flat.
But like, you don't think that him thinking the earth is flat would affect the way that he governs?
I mean, as far as I know, there's no evidence in the fact that if he were to believe the world is flat,
I'm gonna start asking this question. This is kind of a funny question. The fact that you would still support him,
I'm actually really intrigued at this.
Yeah, the fact that you would literally say that you would support him even if he thought the earth was flat is unhinged.
I mean, well, the thing is what does his personal belief of the earth being flat have anything to do with his policies and stances? So what would that belief affect? Like, there is belief of Christianity that can affect your belief on abortion.
Yeah, and then you see things that happen like
wait.
He appoints Supreme Court justices to overturn Roe on the premise of Christianity, and so now women don't have rights of bodily autonomy. People actually institute policies and they do things based off of their beliefs.
Yeah, you said that you don't support Kamala Harris. You said that you don't support Kamala Harris because she was quote unquote incoherent, as if it is the case that would affect the policy that she supports. Like, I'm sorry, wait, hold up. You just said that Donald Trump holding incoherent positions is totally okay, right? Because it doesn't affect his policy. But then for Kamala Harris, for some reason, it matters.
Well, I mean, there's things that Kamala says that she wants that I don't care for, and there's things that Donald Trump says that he wants that I don't care for. There's a majority where I feel I'm like 60-40. I'm a moderate, but I'm a right-leaning moderate. There are some conservative ideologies that I believe more than I believe liberal ideologies.
There's some conservative ideologies Wait, say that again.
There are some conservative ideologies that I believe more in than there are liberal ideologies.
Be specific. What do you mean?
Yeah, so I'm in the liberal side. I'm pro-abortion.
The conservative point that made you think that it was better to actually vote for Trump.
Okay, I guess the first one I can go off of is immigration. I do believe that we had an immigration problem in this country in regards to undocumented people coming across the border. I know you guys had that whole conversation with the previous guy about that. But I believe that a sterner stance on immigration is better for this country than a more lenient stance. That's one of them. If
Donald Trump doesn't have an actual stance on immigration, though. I mean, like, mass deportation is a scattered shot attempt of him trying to do something He doesn't have an actual documented plan. Also, he literally is one of the major factors to why we are where we are today as far as immigration, because he decided that he wanted to run on that bipartisan, wanted to unalive the bipartisan border bill because it was more important for him to actually have that versus us to have a quote unquote secure border. And like even the people working on that bill, the Republicans working on that bill, have openly admitted that it was him that did this.
Yeah, just to refresh me, what bill was that? Or like what
it was the
was
bipartisan border bill. It was the Langford bill that was they looked to pass in 2024 that would actually secure the border. It would give more resources and funds to hire judges, to hire security, multiple things.
Yeah, no, okay. So I can completely agree with the fact that we do need more judges, we do need more immigration police, customs enforcement, all that kind of stuff. And I can say that it's the government. People are going to shoot things down because they want things to happen under their regime. Because left or right, they want things to happen underneath their regime to make it look as if they did it and they were the ones who did this thing. And so you have to do your own.
It seems like more like Trump that's looking to do that.
I mean, every politician is going to do whatever it takes to benefit themselves when they are in the seat of power. It doesn't matter who it is. They want to make themselves look as if they're better than their opposition.
So again, in terms of this, obviously Donald Trump is going to do things like undermining the bipartisan border bill, for example. I appreciate the hat mustache to make himself look better. But doesn't that demonstrate specifically that he doesn't care about fixing the conditions that the bipartisan border bill like literally sought out to fix? Because it was a conservative leaning border bill.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, everyone is going to take their own partiality into it and be like, hey, I don't want this to pass because I think that I could do it better when I get in office. So don't pass this now, and we can pass something bigger or better when I'm in office.
When's he going to do that?
But he still hasn't addressed it, though.
Yeah, but I mean, as you've seen in the past, 5, 6, 7 months, border crossings have gone down. There's been all this mass deportation.
But there's no permanent policy, like you said. Like, it's just, what policy did he put in place that you like?
And a serious question: why do you think that border crossings have gone down?
Well, as far as we can tell, in regards to news statement. Now, granted, the whole conversation about it is, hey, we are being told in reportings that border crossings are down 98, 99%,
sure. Which
whatever.
That's not even close to truth. It's not close to true. But I mean, border crossings are down, but there's actually a direct correlation between why less people are coming into the U.S.
If you know it, can you? What is it?
Sure, it's because the United States has actually dropped on the world stage as far as safety, and other countries are telling people do not travel into the U.S. Like literally, the U.S. has actually dropped in the rankings as far as being safe in the world view towards the U.S. and that's not just impacting border crossings, but it's impacting tourism as a whole as well. So there's less people coming into the country overall because because other countries are telling citizens don't go there, that we're a human rights threat.
Interesting. I was unaware of the tourism factor of it, but I appreciate
our touring industry has taken a massive hit because of this.
No, and that's perfectly fair. I know that, like, my personal, because obviously you can't know everything about an individual topic. So that is an interesting thing. I appreciate, the acknowledgement of that. I appreciate that. But in regards to, I do understand that no policy has been permanently set in place as of right now, but it's more of the ideology of it that I agree with, and the fact of I believe that we should definitely have a mass immigration reform. Like, that is for sure something that needs to happen.
Had one. We had some of the strictest bipartisan legislation ever in the Langford bill.
Yep.
And it was the Democrats were giving up so much ground. I mean, they had even given up ground on DACA. And Donald Trump just wanted to run on it. Like, this was the most comprehensive border reform that we had ever seen, and it was Republican led. and it had bipartisan support, and they had been working on it for years. And Donald Trump said, don't do it, because he wanted to be able to run on the border. And even Republicans, even Langford, even Lindsey Graham, like they've come out and said Donald Trump did this specifically himself, and he has yet to actually do anything that's close to what was being done.
Yeah, and you know, I don't disagree with you on that. I do. There have obviously been things that have been put up in the past that have been shot down because people wanted it to happen under their name, because they wanted to seem like the ones who did that for themselves. I do agree. There are selfish politicians out there. Donald Trump is definitely one of them.
Yeah. So why do you think that's a good quality from being president?
I don't think his selfishness in regards of wanting to be, you know, everything, things to be under his name that's not one of the things that I support
bad
about.
Under his own view, because it is the case that he didn't get things passed that he thought would be fixing to the border. Like the wall would have been built more under the bipartisan border bill, more than he ever built under his entire administration. He wanted that so bad, but he doesn't want it now, like because he just wanted to get elected, but then he's not even able to get it once he gets in office. So that was the best bill he would have ever got. He's not going to get shit like that now. Good luck.
Yeah, and you know, I do agree with you. There's so many I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but you know, there's so many injunctions and there's so many ways that they're trying to prevent things from happening that he wants to do. And I know that, you know, they tried this, they obviously passed this big beautiful bill or whatever it was that they just, you know, they decided to pass. I don't know what, if anything, in that had any regards to, you know, ICE and budgeting and border and customs and stuff like that. But when it comes to that, you know, that was more of a budgetary thing and not of an implementation of policy thing. To get policy passed and implemented in the government is a long and arduous process that, you know, a lot of the times takes a lot of time and effort. And some people literally just say no because of names attached to it.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to add or talk about?
You know, honestly, there's a couple other things. So one of my big stances is I personally think that the guy before mentioned, you know, I think it was in your previous stream when you were on the other channel about abortion and everything. When it comes to abortion, do you believe that I'm of the stance, I'm pro-choice. I believe that, you know, there should be no legislation making it illegal for a woman
as he
to
supports
get an
Donald
abortion.
Trump?
Say that again?
As you support Donald Trump?
Well, Donald Trump has said out loud that he has no intentions of having a bill that makes it illegal for women to have abortion.
What he says. Look at what he did. He appointed 3 Supreme Court justices who immediately after testifying and said they wouldn't touch Roe, they voted to overturn Roe, which then has now opened the door to a nationwide abortion ban, because you have like the people in Texas suing doctors in New York and trying to set an actual nationwide precedence. So like, I hear you. Yeah, Donald Trump says a lot of stuff because he lies, but look at his actual actions. There's no way you can actually believe that after what he did.
Yeah, and so honestly, I believe that getting rid of Roe v. Wade wasn't good, but I think that Roe v. Wade could have been better in the fact of, I believe that, you know, every human should have the right to bodily autonomy in all factors.
Then why vote Republican?
Body should have no say on anything that a person should put into their body or take out of their body.
Then why the fuck did you vote for the guy that wanted to leave it up to the states that would then lead to more restrictions? Because before it was protected federally prior to viability, and then after viability it was left up to the states, whereas now it's left up to the states at all points. So wouldn't it make more sense to federally protect prior to viability, and then you can advocate to get rid of the laws based upon that? But like, that's just incoherent. Thank you so much for the $10. What position are you voting for Donald Trump based upon? Like, what is it? Like,
and none of this is making sense. And even to Parker's point, now there's a de facto ban in multiple states. There's multiple states where not only can you not get an abortion, there's no exceptions. So no matter what, you can't get one.
Yeah, so I obviously, Trump, when he was in the presidency his first time, appointed these judges that definitely led to the appealing or the repealing of Roe v. Wade. But Trump, in and of himself, he is a moderate on abortion. He doesn't have an implement to do a national ban. I believe that Trump's view is to try to, I guess, minimalize large federal government involvement in things and push more things to the states.
Large federal involvement. Are you fucking kidding me? You
And,
mean in providing freedoms?
it's interesting how you think that, right? And Donald Trump literally turns around and does the opposite when he deploys the National Guard to California, to LA specifically, after the governor said, no, we don't want the National Guard. So, like, pick a struggle. Is it that Donald Trump wants to take big government away and give it to the states, or does Donald Trump want to specifically target those states? Because he then told ICE to target those quote unquote blue cities. So he's actually forcing himself on certain areas. It doesn't make sense.
Do you think vaccines should be mandated?
Dalton, you're muted.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out how to unmute myself.
Actually, I take that back.
So, when it comes to vaccines, I personally believe that vaccines should not be mandated but I am pro-vaccine. I would get a vaccine. I'd have my children get vaccine.
Okay, yeah. That was a bad question to ask you. I apologize.
Yeah, I don't believe that the government should say you have to put this in your body.
Okay. So then okay, I understand. But but in terms of this view, in terms of applying it to what's it called? To abortion, why are you voting against protecting freedoms? Fire, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Because in my opinion, before the Trump administration of current, the Roe v. Wade was taken away before the Trump administration of current. So to me, when it came to if it were to come to voting, because as I said earlier, I didn't vote in this prior election cycle. I spent the majority of my adulthood life not living in the United States. But when it came to this,
where'd you live?
Overseas. I was in the military for 8.5 years. Japan and Germany.
Wait, so how long were you in Germany?
A little over 2 years.
2 years. Did you immerse yourself in German culture, in German society?
I was in Germany. The majority of my time in Germany was COVID, and so Europe basically completely shut down.
Okay, all right.
I was there from 2019 to 2021.
Aaron, $10. Thank you, Aaron.
But when it comes to cycling back, what were we talking about?
Can you just tell me why you're okay with restricting freedom?
Judges who appointed Roe.
And turning overturning Roe v. Wade. Like
what
compensates for that?
Say it again.
Because typically restricting abortion is the reason why people bring up what justifies Donald Trump's horrible character, right? His terrible policy and things like that, is that they just care so much about the fact that there are fetuses that are dying. So if that's not your view, well, then I'm confused. So what is it that makes up for all of the horrible shit that Donald Trump's done that he supports?
Well, so mainly it's the fact that, he can. So I support the ideology of like some of his viewpoints more than the person of itself.
Like which ones?
Like his stance on immigration, his stance on the economy, his stance on national defense.
Immigration. Okay, hold on. Immigration, the economy. Okay, I have a question. Immigration. Yeah, would you want more freedom?
In regards to immigration?
Yeah, you wanted more freedom. You're more like a libertarian-esque type person, right?
I would say I'm a right-leaning libertarian. Yeah.
Okay, so then you know that right-leaning libertarians typically advocate for lesser restrictions on the border because it's actually limiting the free flow of labor between different areas of land.
Yeah, that's why I've said I believe we should have we should implement policies to ensure that the transition from other countries to our country is easier, faster, smoother. But as of
Then
right
why
now,
did
the
you
current
vote for
state of the
Trump?
country we are in, there are a lot of undocumented people in this country. We don't know who they are. We don't know their backgrounds. And so because of that, we need to figure out who they are. And if we find out, hey, they are, they are not here with good intent, I'll obviously get rid of them. Terrorists, gang members, yeah, kick them out of here. For those who, have families or haven't done anything wrong since they've been here, then we need to go by by case basis. We need to figure out, hey,
pathway to citizenship. Wait, so if you have not committed a violent crime or bad crime, you get a pathway to citizenship. You have a democratic position there, and you're like, dude, I want to support Trump. Okay, dude, not on immigration. What on the economy?
I'm a huge supporter of the tariffs.
What about the tariffs?
We'll say that.
Why?
I believe that tariffs are a great source of revenue for a country who, at this point in time, we are a massive consumer of goods as America. We're one of the biggest consumers in the world.
Who pays tariffs?
Say that again?
Who pays tariffs?
Depending on how it goes. So the stage
In
of it,
the end,
we charge
just keep it
foreign
simple. In
countries
the
for these
end,
tariffs,
in the end,
and then the countries the companies that ship them in, and the distributors and the shippers will then have to pay those. And in doing so, it increases the prices of the goods on the consumer.
so you want more taxes?
Yeah, so taxes that impact the consumer, which is a regressive tax because people who are consuming, right, they spend disproportionately, if they're lower income, a higher level of their income on consumer goods in order to be able to satisfy their cost of living. So you understand that that's actually a regressive tax that disproportionately raises taxes on the low and middle class. So you say it's great for revenue? Not really, because it is the case that you're taxing people who are in need.
Exactly.
Yes, but what ends up happening when you start making it more expensive for these foreign countries to ship, or for these companies to manufacture their product in foreign countries and then ship it into the United States, incentivize them for getting these cheaper labors where they pay pennies on the dollar for these cheaper labors, and now you have to bring those manufacturing into America where you're charging less transportation costs, less shipment costs.
The price point would have to be so great to offset it, and you understand, like, the reason why it would be higher to make it here in the US is because of the cost of living. So even if you would have to put like not even the levels that they place on China, like extraordinary tariffs on foreign products in order to even make it close to make it here within the US. That makes no sense.
Yeah, and
along with the fact that these universal tariffs actually increase the cost of production for even domestic manufacturers. Not only does it increase the cost of production specifically for importers, specifically who are part of the importing process in terms of their production of services, which is essentially just importing products to the United States and distributing those to the United States, right? Along with that, it also like increases cost of production for domestic manufacturers because they get aspects of their manufacturing process from countries around the world, whether that be through the context of materials that they get from other countries around the world, or certain aspects of the production process that come from labor from other countries around the world, right? Which again, just having labor from another country around the world doesn't mean that that's like bad. Like there are a bunch of our allies that we engage in trade with, that we should be engaging in trade with, that we shouldn't reduce trade with because it is the case that we want to increase domestic manufacturing. There's really no utility we get out of increasing domestic manufacturing in that context.
Okay, and then at that point, at what point does it become corporate greed versus governmental, negotiations between ally countries?
It's always corporate greed. It's always corporate greed. Tariffs can be a wonderful tool that is, if leveraged correctly, can play a huge factor in international negotiations, but not the way that Donald Trump is doing it. Not this scattershot, putting them on everyone, taking them on, putting them on, taking them off, using them as a threat when other countries don't do the things that they want to. It's literally a tool to be used for specific reasons, and when you just do it nonstop, that's not how it works. Like it. Yeah.
Well, so when it comes to the tariffs, how many countries have come to the negotiation table to renegotiate trade deals since he has said? How many
deals have been made?
As far as I'm aware, I think maybe 1 to 3 have been officially done.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah. But how many? But as far as we're aware, we've been told that there's dozens of others in the process.
Yeah, Donald Trump has said that. But then when he says that, other countries come out specifically and say that's not true. Like he said that, oh, we have a deal in place with the EU. And there was like, oh, we don't have anything yet. He said we have a deal with China. There was like, oh, we don't have anything yet. And Donald Trump says a lot of stuff, and then these other countries call him on his BS. So for you to sit here and say, oh, they're coming to the table, well, that's just Donald Trump saying they're coming to the table. There's no countries coming out and saying, oh, we're actively negotiating with the U.S. For tariffs. And the reason being is because of tacos. Trump always chickens out. That's why. Literally, the next round of tariffs that was supposed to be taking place, they're saying that, oh, they're going to postpone those as well. Donald Trump is not good at negotiations. He's a horrible businessman.
I mean, obviously there are these tariffs that people say. So my biggest thing about this is, at what point, who do we believe? And that's the biggest issue. Is, do you side with foreign countries who say, oh, hey, this isn't happening, I'm a foreign country who's telling you, who's trying to say things to influence other people? Or do you listen to, hey, who is within America at that point in time? I'm sitting here like, hey, if the UAE tells me, hey,
but
we're not doing this. What's up, Santana?
If Donald Trump says that we have a deal, if he says that, and then the other country comes out and say we don't have a deal, then are you going to believe that there is a deal when there's no deal signed? Like, why wouldn't Donald Trump just wait until there's actual, like, the actual ink is dry on the paper? Why would he come out and make these announcements instead of actually just waiting until it's actually done?
I mean, I agree with you in the fact that I think that that is one of Donald Trump's flaws. If he gets told whatever he's told by whoever he has in the position to inform him of these deals, and so if that person says, hey, it is more than likely going to happen, then he will announce it and say, hey,
you know why like his approach to tariffs is bad. I mean, there's multiple reasons why his approach is bad. But do you know who Ron Vera is?
Ron Vera?
Yeah.
I've heard of the name. I can't tell you exactly who he is.
So Ron Vera is an economist that has been cited in multiple instances by Peter Navarro. Do you know who Peter Navarro is?
Again, the name is familiar. I can't tell you exactly.
Peter Navarro is one of Donald Trump's actual advisors, the person that's specifically advising him on tariffs, the way to go about doing tariffs. He's actually the person who came up with the equation to implement these retaliatory tariffs. So Peter Navarro has cited Ron Vera multiple times as far as a credible economist that has said that, like, hey, this is the approach that we need to take when it comes to tariffs. So Donald Trump is listening to Peter Navarro. Peter Navarro is listening to Ron Vera. You want to know what's funny about all of this?
What's up?
Ron Vera is a pseudonym for Peter Navarro. Peter Navarro took his name, mixed it up, and has been putting out this information himself and citing himself as a source as far as tariffs in order to justify this to Donald Trump. And Donald Trump is taking this advice and actually going and implementing these tariffs based off of nothing.
Interesting. No, I didn't know that. That's a cool thing to know. And then at that point, you have to be like, all right, cool. Is that, in my opinion, is that at the point Donald Trump's fault, or is it this Navarro's guy fault? And if it is, and if Donald Trump knowingly knows that this Navarro guy is doing this, then at some point there should be some not retaliation. That's the wrong word. There should be some justice
Donald
in
Trump
that point of saying, like,
understand tariffs. He doesn't understand business. He let Peter Navarro come up with the actual equation for the tariffs, which he just took the actual trade deficit and he subtracted it by the total trade amount and then divided it by 2. That's how they came up with the retaliatory tariffs. It makes no sense. None of it makes sense. That's why we put tariffs on an island full of penguins. None of it makes sense.
No, I agree. The whole the concept that came out initially of the retaliatory tariffs, happened, and everyone's just like, "Hey, this doesn't make sense." But what did it end up doing? I don't want to say that, Trump always has a plan, but it has been proven multiple times that Trump says whack ass things, and then everyone goes to disprove him. But then, a month or two later, you're now like, wait a minute. Now conversations are actually happening, like with the whole Greenland thing. When it came to the whole Greenland thing, Trump was just like, oh yeah, like let's make Greenland part of America. Like we want that now, Russian defense, all that stuff. And Denmark is like, no, like we're not going to let that happen.
Denmark is
but then Greenland was just like, well, wait a minute. Like, American support would be nice.
No, there's random people who may talk about it, but JD Vance went to Greenland and they completely shut him out. Like, they don't want to be a part of America. They don't want to be a part of America. Denmark said no, and the people said no. And you, for some reason, believe Trump, and they're lying.
Well, no, I don't believe. I do believe that Trump does want Greenland to be a part of America, but it would be more beneficial if, in saying that, it then makes Greenland, want to declare for their own independence from Denmark. Therefore, they can then negotiate their deals with the United States as their own entity.
They said no. Their actual government said no. Their people have said no. And for some reason, you guys still think that it's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen. I'm just saying that is an instance of Trump going wild and out far to the left, and then things getting brought closer to reality in the regards of, oh, hey, maybe by saying this wild thing of, oh, we're going to acquisition Greenland, Greenland's like, no, we don't want that. But then they verify, try to go about getting their own independence from a European nation. Therefore, they can do their own trade deals with the United States and not rely on Denmark.
You want to know why Trump really says wild stuff?
To see what sticks.
No, to actually distract you all, because you guys are like a cat with a laser, right? He says whatever he can say to distract you from certain things. I'll give you a great example. Yesterday, he talked about revoking Rosie O'Donnell's citizenship, right? And people kind of talked about it for a moment, but you know what he was trying to distract from? Releasing the Epstein files. And so much so that after he said, hey, we should take away Rosie O'Donnell's citizenship, and people didn't bite on that, he finally sent out a Truth Social saying, stop talking about Jeffrey Epstein. He literally said that. Stop talking about Jeffrey Epstein last night.
Didn't he get ratioed? I heard he got ratioed. I have to check.
I'm not sure.
Look, I heard he got ratioed on Truth Social. Let me check.
So Donald Trump,
the whole Epstein files is a whole conversation that I believe that is being completely mishandled. I believe that, in my opinion, I think the whole thing with the Epstein files, it is too detrimental to the existing hierarchy that they're trying to bury it, because that's what I believe. I don't believe Trump or anybody, because I personally believe if Trump was in the Epstein files, I think that if Trump was in it, the Democratic Party would have used that information, because Biden had it while he was in office.
Donald Trump is definitely in it. He's on Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs. And honestly, I think that I actually kind of agree with you on that. I think there's like politicians from both sides that's on this. They don't want they don't want the actual list made public. But see, the funny thing about that,
oh my gosh, he got ratioed like nuts.
Did he?
Yes, literally 39,000 likes, 44,000 comments.
Yeah.
On his own platform is crazy.
Yeah. And they're really pissed about this.
Yeah, no, everyone is pissed about the whole
the
Epstein
thing that I was saying is that
Huh?
Donald Trump ran on this. Like this is the problem. Donald Trump ran on releasing the files, and then Donald Trump put people in place like at the FBI who said they wanted the files released, and then Pam Bondi said that she had the list on her desk. JD Vance was on Theo Von's 3 weeks ago saying we need to release the file. Everyone is saying that, and then Donald Trump shuts it down and doesn't put it out because he's on the list.
Yeah, and I would not be surprised if he is. I do know that there are the flight logs that obviously at some point in time, him and Melania, Epstein had a private jet. They were on that jet. But if it was to Epstein Island or just chartering the jet, I'm unsure about that specific piece of evidence. But
would you
if he
support him if he was on the list?
If I found out that he was on the list, absolutely not. Like pedophiles, no thanks. I'm like, if it was officially like, hey, like if there is documented evidence that he no shit like actually slept with children and was on the list of clients of buying and using and children, absolutely not.
Okay. If he said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years, would you support him?
He has actually said that. I know where you're. I think he has said that before.
And do you still support him?
Huh? I don't think so. Because it depends on, because everyone's if the intent is grooming, yes, I would not support him.
Him saying he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years, isn't that like him looking for that? Because that's him literally going up to a 10-year-old girl and saying he's gonna be dating her in
That's
10
the
years.
literal definition of grooming.
Yeah, like what, dude?
What? So,
holy smokes!
I'm not defending that action, but when you take it in the scope, you have grandpas who're just like, oh, hey, when you're an adult, you're going to be quite the looker. Like if he's actually intending to,
if grandpa said to your daughter that he's going to be dating her in 10 years, would you be okay with that?
If my grandpa said that to my daughter, no, because they're related.
Just because they're related?
Well,
just because they're related?
No, not only because they're related, but that is a problem. But like, if the intent is like, oh yeah, like I'm going to wait until you're 20 years old and then I'm going to date you, that's wrong. Yes, but if it's
That's
like, hey, when
Donald
you're
Trump
20 years old and a legal adult, you're going to be a very beautiful woman.
No.
A different
So if
connotation.
a 50-year-old man went up to your 10-year-old daughter and said he'd be dating her in 10 years, would you ever support that man for president?
I think that would be a wrong thing to say. I do agree with that.
Yeah. Would you support that person for president ever?
If it came out in the election cycle, probably not.
It was out before the election cycle. There's multiple things out before the election cycle. Like there's almost you're a liar. I'm sorry. You knew that Donald Trump tried to overthrow the United States government before you voted for him again. You knew that Donald Trump had been held civilly liable for SA before you voted for him again. You knew that Donald Trump had called for the eradication of the Constitution before you voted for him again. So I'm sorry, I don't believe you. You need more people.
So, three things. One, I didn't vote for Donald Trump. I didn't vote for anyone. I wasn't living in the country at the time of the election. Second, the trying to overthrow the government. Are you discussing January 6th?
Yes.
Okay. Trump, in my opinion, Trump, in my opinion, he was like, yeah, you should peacefully protest. But then when it came to the point of inciting violence, I don't believe that he incited violence. He actually
pardoned violent
the National Guard. Say it again.
When he pardons violent rioters that beat police officers on January 6th, is that rewarding violence or is that condemning violence?
So the question is what is the sentence for assaulting a police officer? No, this is a serious question.
You can't be serious.
Yes, no, it is. If you have served your time and you are being held,
how many years? You tell me, how many years should they serve in prison for beating police officers?
It depends on the level of assault, because there's different levels of it.
How about drive a stun gun into their neck?
Exactly.
Driving a stun gun into their neck?
Yes.
Yeah. That's pretty bad.
Hey, you said you're
let him answer
in the
this
military,
quick.
right?
Let him answer this quick. And then yeah, just it's driving a stun gun into the neck of a police officer in that context.
I would say, see, with a security background, technically that's non-lethal. So a stun gun to the neck is not.
Wait! How many years? How many years should they be in prison?
I would say incarcerated anywhere, 5 to 10 years.
Okay, that's actually more than what Donald Trump did. So Donald Trump pardoned them.
It was what, like 3 or 4?
Yeah, Donald Trump pardoned them after like 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 3 or 4 because when did January 6th happen? 2021?
Yes.
And he pardoned them in 2025.
Yeah, so
That's 4
out.
years. So that's the minimum. That's the lower edge of the sentence.
You're okay
I said
with
5
it?
to 10.
Are you okay with it?
I mean, so the individual that used a stun gun on the police
Like
officer's
drove
neck,
the stun gun into the neck of a police officer.
I'm not okay with the actions of that individual, but if they served 4
No,
years of
should they be pardoned?
incarceration,
Would you be okay with them being released into the country?
I believe that did he go individually case by case, or did he say, hey, these blanket people who have been incarcerated for 4,
Yes,
5,
he did
6
go
years?
case by case because you have to pardon individually.
Okay. Well, then he, obviously, I agree with that instance? No.
I honestly, I'm just kind of lost at a loss for words. The only other question I have for you on this situation, you said you served in the United States military, right?
Yeah.
Okay. First and foremost, thank you for your service. I appreciate you because that's something that I could never do, right? I could never put my life on the line for other people in that way. So I appreciate you.
No, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. With that being said, you served the United States, right?
Yeah.
How would it make you feel to know, as someone who served the United States, as someone who proudly flew the flag of the United States of America, that the only time the Confederate flag was ever flown inside of our Capitol was on January 6th by those people that we were just talking about, the ones that beat police officers, the ones that actually brought a gallows and tried to unalive the vice president and senators. They not only did they smeared shit on the walls of the Capitol, but more than any of that, they flew a traitor's flag inside of our Capitol. You don't have a problem with that?
I personally wouldn't do it myself, but I served for the freedom of speech. You are allowed to exercise your rights. I believe that protesters flying the Confederate flag is nothing different than people living in California flying a Mexican flag.
No. Not to fly the Confederate flag wherever they want, to actually take it into the Capitol and fly it in the Capitol. It has never happened before, ever. This was the first and only time this has ever happened, that the traitorous Confederate flag has flown inside of our Capitol.
My only question is, was it raised upon a federal flagpole? If a person...
That is such an unhinged response. Was it raised upon...
Shit.
You know, it wasn't raised upon a federal flagpole. If it wasn't raised upon a federal flagpole, now I don't really care if it was in the Capitol.
That's actually disgusting.
The pivots and the justification and that was wild.
Dude, that guy was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I've been having wild guests all night, man.
I've been listening.
So brutal.
It's they're unhinged.
We'll see how much more I can do, chat. I don't know how much more I can do tonight. By the way, if you want to support me, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description, the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. Same thing with Santana, by the way, everyone. I got a few people to say thank you to real quick. I do got to catch up. Stacy, thank you so much for the $11.11. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think so. And then Caitlin, thank you so much for the $50. Thank you so much, Caitlin. I appreciate this. Said, please send this to Santana. I can't find his Venmo in his bio. Thank you. Appreciate you both. I am absolutely going to.
Know what I'm gonna say,
Santana
Parker.
always doesn't let me.
You already know what I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna write that down because I have like a dinner tab. I have a dinner tab for Santana because Santana never will let me send him the money that people say that for. So every single time someone does that, I just write it down and I'm gonna spend that. So I promise you, sometime I will absolutely make sure I spend that on you. Nabs, thank you for the membership subscription, and Minnie, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I will. I promise you, I will get you. Oh, I'm writing down every single one of them.
Yeah.
Also, I need to. Good.
I'm gonna text you. I got to see what you're doing before the end of the month because I might come down.
That sounds amazing. I'd love to see you. I'd love to see you. Let me catch up with everyone. Kind, thank you so much for the $5. Ist, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's crazy. I'd have to see that. Hit, thank you so much. I really appreciate the 45 DKK. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Gennaro, thank you for the $10. Aaron, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. All right. I think I've caught up. If you're on YouTube, make sure to like that stream. It helps get it out to more people. I think we're on the route to like 2.5 thousand right now. Let me see how many likes we have right now. Chat, how many do we have? Let's see. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Alrighty. We're at 2.2 right now, Vern. I think we can do 2.5 today. 2.5 is a realistic goal, chat.
Can I make a quick request?
Go ahead.
Of your chat. Hey, Parker chat. Quick favor, if you don't mind. This is my new account. If you see the plus down here in the corner, hit that plus sign. I need like
Where's your vape?
Sure. I need like 500 more followers for a specific reason. Like I'm saying this number for a specific reason. So if you're not following me, go ahead and hit that follow button. I need like 500 people who aren't following me to follow me because I'm petty, to be honest. Someone made fun of me for having more followers than me, and I'm so close to passing them now, and I really want to be super petty. So
okay, everyone make sure you're following. Everyone make sure you're following. All right, let's go to the next person here. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. YouTube or TikTok? YouTube or TikTok? TikTok, I think. But also on YouTube as well. You can do both.
Oh, TikTok, but like on YouTube, I need like 300 more followers to hit 5K finally. So
yeah. Definitely make sure to do either or. Already, everyone. We'll probably do one more person here.
Hopefully someone good.
Yeah. Yo, what's up? How old are you? By the way, I'm gonna start making a membership only content. There's like a few things I was gonna do for that. So there was like someone that brought it up to me that I could do that, and that's something to like, because I can actually like, because I couldn't ever maintain subs on TikTok because I got banned so many times, but I can actually maintain it on YouTube because I don't get banned all the time. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, am I actually on?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, okay. I'm 59.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Oh, God, no.
Oh, you're good. Don't worry. And by the way, when I say membership only content, I mean like videos and like, I think every once in a while I'll do like a Q&A for a bit or something like that. That'd be fun. But
Karen, thank you for the two you were watching last night. Oh yeah, for sure. I earned a 24-hour siesta, but I absolutely am happy that I got that one.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi guys.
Hello.
How old are you?
33.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Heck no.
Based. Sid, thank you for the $50. Thank you so much for tonight. It was fun, even though the guests were insane. Love this community. Thank you so much, Sid. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Seriously, W's for Sid in the comment section right now. Absolutely. Yeah. Honestly, that's true. That's true. We had some wild guests, but it was a good day. It was a good day.
Oh, the one guy that you had earlier, I was sending you the stuff. He was so fucking annoying. Holy smokes, that guy pissed me off.
So bad. Yo, it's a
and then the rooster.
Oh, the rooster. Oh my gosh.
Fucking chicken.
That was
guy.
the worst. That was actually, I think that was one of the most annoying guests in a while. He's like, you've been on my live multiple times. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Who are you? What do you mean I've been on your live?
Oh, that was wild.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
32. Do you support Donald Trump?
Do you support Donald Trump?
Well, a few days ago, I started to.
Okay, well, I mean, the microphone was so bad anyway. I'm just gonna kick you. I'm sorry. Revert back real quick. Don't do this. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18 years old.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I do.
What's your birth year?
2006.
Dude, why do you look like my me character, bro? That's kind of true. That's kind of crazy. Whenever I made my me character, that's low key exactly what it looked like.
That's what it's supposed to be after.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. That's exactly what it looked like. No difference. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
No,
okay, why do you support Donald
it's
Trump?
the one from the Wii. So basically, the last election I couldn't vote, but all my life I grew up watching Nelk and the UFC
Oh gosh.
and all those guys. I don't know why they support Trump, but I like how he's on their podcast and he's pretty cool.
So just because they were on, so if they supported Harris, you'd support Harris?
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I mean, I really don't know policy like
why
that.
do you okay, so if I could tell you policies, would you change your mind? Like if I could show you that Donald Trump and his big beautiful bill literally took money from the bottom 20% of income earners and gave it to rich people, would you stop supporting him?
I don't even know what the big beautiful bill is. I just kind of
You have to be lying.
No, he's
No,
not. I guarantee he's not. He's
I'm
probably
not. I just play basketball, go to the gym, and kind of live my life. I don't know, but I like
kind of
how
just live my life. Okay, so here's my point: is that literally his bill that he just passed, literally for the bottom 20% of income earners, decreases their after-tax income, according to the Congressional Budget Office, a nonpartisan committee from the federal government.
what's the reason?
But Donald Trump wants to engage in quote unquote spending cuts while also adding trillions of dollars to the debt and also doing massive tax breaks for millionaires and billionaires.
Okay, so with the debt, does he acknowledge that that's an issue? Because aren't we like
No, he
billions
actually is
of dollars in
not,
debt?
because it is the case that he's adding trillions of dollars in this bill. Secondly, the Committee for Responsible Federal Budget, a nonpartisan committee from the federal government, also indicated that Harris's campaign plans comparative to Trump's would do $4 trillion less over the next 10 years in terms of the debt. Right. Plus, for the last administration, the Biden-Harris administration versus the Trump administration, the Trump administration did over $4 trillion more over the next, over 10 years comparative to the Biden-Harris administration.
And he's also advocating for getting rid of the debt ceiling. So there's that.
I don't even know. I don't even pay taxes. I'm not really sure what the debt ceiling is, but here, I got a question for you guys.
You say you don't pay taxes, but you pay for consumer goods. And if tariffs are imposed and they cause the consumer goods to go up in price, you pay that.
That's a good point. Here, how about this? I got a question. So let's say that Donald Trump were to tax, let's say the rich. So my idea is like the rich own a lot of things that we buy. Like, for example, let's say Apple. We all have iPhone, or, the rich own a bunch of stuff. Would they in turn raise prices or not really?
So here, the distinction as to why tariffs lead to an increase in prices versus corporate taxes don't lead to as much of one is because corporate taxes are going to be taxes on profits, whereas like tariffs are taxes on a cost of production that leads to it being more costly, right, for the distributor, right, specifically leading to it then being passed down to the consumer. It's a cost of production versus literally a tax on like the profits. Does it make sense?
Also, the government, if they want, they can leverage certain incentives for companies that would help them with tax credits. So you can actually do things that's beneficial for the employees and the company at the same time, instead of just cutting company corporate taxes.
What has Trump done for the middle class during his, I don't know, 6 months maybe?
Net, they've lost out since this. That's it. Actually, there's literally nothing else. This is his big bill. He's cut. He's cut the CDC. Positive? He's cut the World Health Organization. Mm-hmm. He's cut the National Health Institute.
He cut the CDC.
Yes.
Why?
For the fuck of
it. They do a bunch of research on disease. We learned about that in school.
Yeah. And Donald Trump also. Do you want to hear a clip of him denying science? Like, here, listen to this. This is unhinged. Listen to this.
I do want to hear it, actually.
So I think one area of mutual agreement and priority is vegetation management. But I think we want to work with you to really recognize the changing climate and what it means to our forests, and actually work together with that science. That science is going to be key, because if we ignore that science and sort of put our head in the sand and think it's all about vegetation management, we're not going to succeed together protecting Californians.
Okay. It'll start getting cooler. You just watch.
I wish science agreed with you.
Well, I don't think science knows, actually. I met so many.
What's he basing that off of?
Nothing. He just said science doesn't know yet.
So I think one area
of the case that the climate's going to start getting cooler when there's a scientific consensus indicating not only that the climate is increasing in temperature, but that's specifically caused by human beings.
Okay, here's my question. So, did you see recently how Trump said the UFC is coming to the White House?
No.
If you didn't know, in 2026, they're going to host a UFC fight card at the White House. That's pretty ridiculous. But my whole thing is like someone like Dana White, who has so much money
That's
and owns the
fucking
UFC,
horrible. That's horrible. That's
why
horrible.
is he allowing that? If Trump is like, denying science and, cutting, I don't know, money from
Capitalism.
people and people that are middle class, like, why are these people supporting him?
Capitalism.
Because he gets tax
Capitalism.
breaks. Because he makes money off of it.
So would you say mostly the rich are in favor of Trump?
Yeah. It is the case that they have a reason to be in favor for selfish reasons, right? And it is the case that like there are a lot of rich people that are against that. I'm not disputing that. Like I'm not saying that every single rich person has supported Donald Trump. I'm not making that claim. I'm just making the claim that they have a selfish incentive to support Donald Trump.
Also, they're not even really like happy with him anymore because of the things that he's doing. Like he's costing them money in a lot of different instances. Like that multiple CEOs had to meet with Donald Trump and tell him that his tariff policy that he was trying to implement was literally going to cause multiple stores like Home Depot and Lowe's to not have products on the shelves during the summer because of what he was doing. Like even the rich people are saying that Donald Trump is like effing up.
So what happened with the tariffs? Are they in effect right now?
So some are, but he paused most of them. And it is the case that he was trying to get quote unquote deals and he was claiming art of the deal, but we haven't really got much of the deals. We haven't heard much on that.
Thank you for the quote.
So like we haven't really got much, and they kind of like negatively impact the economy. Like we went from multiple quarters of real GDP growth to multiple percentage points to 0.3% decline in real GDP, which is GDP minus inflation. So that's also real median wages have declined Q1 2025 as compared to Q4 2024, which was under Biden's administration.
It's very so. Okay, here's my other question. So Trump won the, I don't know what it's called when you get the, okay, basically he won the election.
Yeah.
And there were so many people that are not upper class that voted for him. And then 6 months later,
more people
they have
voted
much less money.
More people voted against Donald Trump than voted for him.
And well, I'm just saying he won the election.
He did, but more people voted against him than voted for him.
But he had a substantial number that voted for him. So my question is like, not all of those people are rich. So what was their kind of, I don't know. What was it?
I'll explain. So a lot of people attributed inflation to the incumbent president, i.e. the Biden-Harris administration, without reasoning. Actually, that was a correlation causation fallacy. Just because two things are associated doesn't mean one caused the other. And just because inflation happened under the administration, they blame the Biden-Harris administration, when in reality, inflation was a global problem. It happened everywhere around the world because of supply chain issues relating to COVID. So actually, that's the reason why we saw inflation increase, right, comparative to the idea that like just Biden-Harris caused it because it happened under their administration. That's a ridiculous idea.
Also, he just lied to them and they believed it.
Yeah, that too. Also,
Like,
like they bought the
he
bigotry
lied a
about
lot.
trans people and immigration, because he actually undermined a bipartisan border bill that would have built the wall, that would have increased the amount of border agents, that would have increased the amount of immigration judges, making the asylum process go faster. So there were plenty of things that like the bipartisan border bill would have done that were actually like incredibly wanted by conservatives for an extraordinary period of time. And also it's like permanent long term, whereas like executive orders are short term. So like actually if he wanted like things to be fixed at the border, he wouldn't have undermined the bipartisan border bill that would have passed, but he wanted to run on the border being an issue and like, oh, immigration, as an enemy, right, as a scapegoat for all the problems so that he could specifically get elected. And it was a reason. And that, so like people bought the bigotry towards immigrants and trans people, and it is the case that they attributed inflation to the incumbent president.
Is this all true? This is crazy.
Yeah, if you look up like exit polling, like those are the top 3 reasons why people voted for Donald Trump, was the inflation, like i.e. economy, immigration, and like literally like people like having bigoted opinions on trans people.
I just can't believe that like all these, people that I follow on social, I'm not on social media a bunch, but all these people that follow are huge Trump supporters and they all put him in this great light. It's just like the wildest thing. Like I can't even, I'm not really a politics person, but this is crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, the one thing that I'll say is there are a lot of people who quote unquote sold their souls, and now they're coming back around like it's revisionist history. Whether it's I can't remember who the podcast guy is, like he's the comedian who's like coming out and saying, "Oh, I didn't vote for this," or you have like Elon Musk who is now pushing back on Donald Trump. Or you have like Aiden Ross complaining because he's lost millions of dollars. You have all of these people that supported. Yeah, all of these people that supported Donald Trump and sold their soul for a check, who now are coming back around and saying, "Oh, this isn't good." Like you were sold a bill of goods and they lied to. Yeah, Joe Rogan. Somebody just said, yeah, Joe Rogan is literally out saying like the Democrats should be winning, and like it's weird because all of these people lied for a paycheck, and now they're saying we don't support Trump.
That's crazy.
Adam Schultz. Yes, that's his name. Adam Schultz. Or Andrew. So I'm sorry, Andrew Schultz.
That was
Adam.
pretty
Andrew
eye-opening.
Schultz.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't talk politics a lot, but that was crazy. Well, I appreciate you for having me on.
Of course. Appreciate you showing up.
Right,
Can I
bye-bye.
say one thing real quick? Chat, like Parker, not you.
You're good. Don't worry.
uh,
Appreciate you coming
yeah.
up. Yeah, don't worry.
Chat, Parker's almost at 500,000 likes. Tap the screen real quick. Power tap. Let's get Parker up to 500,000 likes at the very least. And also, I need like 100 more followers. So if you haven't hit the follow button, give me a follow. I just need like 100 more. That was
Karen. Thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. And then also thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. Oh, those two separate Karens. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
that was
That might be the night for me.
Thank you for the future encounter.
I think that's the night for me.
Yeah. I'm gonna drop down.
Yeah, I think I'm good tonight.
Bro, that
Chad,
is
I'm good.
wild. That is wild. All right. I appreciate you, bro.
All right,
I'll see you
appreciate
later.
you coming up as always. All right, everyone. We're gonna end it there. I love everyone so much. Everyone, thank you so much. Tomorrow, I probably should be on later in the day. Love you. Thank you so much for the future encounter. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Love you. Thank you. I should be on later, and I'll be what's it called? Christian.
To make sure you know.
Such a ridiculous person.
Just trying to
Anywho.
make sure you know.
All right. Anywho. All right. Should I change the sticker? Or do we want one more?
Let's do one more. Santana's up here.
Let's go Parker Raid.
Oh, Parker Raid. Yay. Parker Raid. I gotta see like more than one person do it though before I get excited.
They'll be here. They'll be
okay.
Here. We're getting off. Yeah.
Hey, so
yeah, they're coming.
I got a Santana really quick. I did send you a DM.
I saw it, but I was live.
Yeah, so that one, so use that.
Mm-hmm.
It covers the cost of the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And so that it covers the cost of the shirt. It's the link. I sent you the link to it too. So just go to that link. It's only for that particular shirt. If you see something else, just let me know and I'll get that over to you.
So someone told me that apparently I'm wearing my hoodie too much.
It was
another one.
Well, I'm just saying, like, apparently I can't wear the hoodie because someone judges and says, like, you know,
don't
so wear
judgy?
the hoodie.
Did Hannah say it too?
Judgy?
No, it was you, Erica. Erica told me I couldn't wear my hoodie,
like,
even though I was like, oh, I love this hoodie.
I was like, nigga, change your hoodie. When's the last time you washed it? Jeez, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I wash my stuff. So
sure you do. All right. Hey, shout out to the Parker Raid. Hi, Parker Raid. Thank you so much for being here. Hey guys, if you're not following me, please go ahead and do so. Click that, if you see follow next to my name, you should click it. Also, don't listen to Santana. This here my juke joint. All right. Also, if you want, please send your daily heart me and make sure you collect your points. And also, guys, let's knock out the live balloons. We only have 12 of those to go. Continue to share the live, show love to the panel. We're about to do some fun stuff in just a moment, but white people, I promise you can stay. I promise. All right. I promise. It's all love. All right. Let's keep doing all of the good things, guys. Oh, also have $88 left in my daily donation goal. Pay links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name on PayPal and Venmo. I also have a Zelle. Everything with Erica9@gmail.com. And since Santana is here, all right, if you only have Cash App, send it to Santana. Santana Speaks 24 is the name. Make sure you let them know that it's for me. Put some like hearts and some flowers and shit in there. Make it real like pretty. All right. Thank you all so much. And if you're a Donald Trump supporter, I definitely will. I will sue you. All right. Now, if you're a Donald Trump supporter, I need you to grow a pair and get up in the box. Let's have a conversation. All right. Let's have a conversation. Okay. I mean, don't be afraid. Santana, he's not really good at this. All right. Liv is a sweetheart. And me, I am very pleasant. Very, very pleasant. Okay. So, guys, all right, let's have a conversation. Let's do it. Grow up here.
You know what?
What's that?
I was gonna say let's play two lies and the truth.
Okay.
But let's say I'm sorry. What is it called? Yeah,
it's two lies and the truth.
Two lies and the truth. Okay.
Yes.
You said three things, right?
Yes.
You said that I'm not good at this. You said that you're not very. You said that you're very nice, and you also said Liv is here.
No, I said Liv. I said Liv is. I forgot what I said about Liv.
Yeah, Liv is here. Which two things were the lie?
The two things that were a lie is that
Liv is
Liv
right
is
there.
here and that I'm nice.
No, Liv is right here.
The lie, Liv is not there. That's a t-shirt.
No, it's two.
That's a
lies and
t-shirt.
a truth.
That's a t-shirt.
I know everybody
That's
keeps
a
saying
t-shirt.
two truths and a lie. No, I
That's
flipped it. It's two lies and a truth.
That's a t-shirt.
Because she told multiple lies.
That's a t-shirt. So Liv isn't here and that I'm nice.
Hey, if you're watching over on YouTube, make sure you like the stream. And if you like to support over on YouTube, you can send a YouTube super chat and I will read that message out. Make sure you like the stream and make sure you follow.
Yes. Oh, and also follow me on YouTube because this is mine. All right. Make sure you follow me too on YouTube. Everything with Erica is the name. All right. And I promise, guys, I'm gonna put the PC together. I'm trying to. I really want to.
Is Santana Speaks. Santana
Wait,
Speaks.
Can I ask a question? Am I here or am I not here? I was trying to figure out.
No, you're not here because the lie is that you are here, so you're not here.
Okay, I'm not going to be here. And I'm also not going to tell you guys to click the link in my bio and go shop at thelastcookout.com and go grab one of these amazing shirts and wear your protest.
Hey,
not going to tell you guys
what I
that.
got.
What you get?
What is that, Santana?
Oh.
Is that
I
oxtail?
know what that is. No.
Is that? Oh, that
is.
Yeah, I thought
It's not an
so.
oxtail.
That's your favorite thing
an
in the whole wide
oxtail.
world.
That's not an oxtail.
That's a big ass oxtail. Where you get that from? Like, come from the bull?
That's a whole, like, what part of the ox is that?
Listen, I have never I ordered from a soul food joint.
Yeah.
It's an oxtail?
Yeah, it's so good too.
You need to start you need to have a late night show called Santana Eats. Like sponsored by DoorDash, like literally.
Oh, it's everything with Erica. But my YouTube I'm not streaming to YouTube right now, guys. Not tonight. Because I have to get a new battery for my MacBook. But
because she
my
forgets
MacBook,
about the tubers.
Because my MacBook is only worth $70. So I gotta get a new laptop. So I'm gonna get a new laptop. All right, or else I'm gonna have to put the PC together and stream from there, and I don't want to do that. So there's that. Oh yay, Hector will be here soon. Okay, so anywho, I'm trying to Trump supporters by all means request up. I know y'all see Santana here. Y'all always want to try to see if y'all can I don't know, outsmart him, out debate him. So request up.
Yeah, I want to see them try to beat Santana.
Me too. He's not that
the
good
way I
at
be
this.
smoking on that MAGA pack. Come on now.
He's not that good at this. Hello. He's not that great, but I thought that picture was something totally else. They are scared. They need to grow a pair. Have some testicular fortitude.
Listen,
yeah, man.
I'm going to stop eating for a second so I can clear my throat and say this.
What's that?
Let me be really specific. If you voted for Donald Trump, you're a bitch.
Santana, listen.
I said what I said.
Listen, Santana. Guys, tap the screen, share the live, send some penny gifts.
What I said.
Keep doing all the good things.
I absolutely said what I said.
You are
and the reason why is because not only are you afraid to get in the box, you know for a fact that you sold out your country. You are not a patriot. You are not someone that cares about other people. You are, in fact, a selfish POS, and that's all that you have. You are an insignificant person, and you are absolutely the problem with this country. You are treasonous. You are someone that upholds the downfall of our country, and for that, I say, fuck you.
Now, me personally, I wouldn't take that.
I
wouldn't take that.
That's crazy work.
You're not going to talk to me like Santana. You my voice, but you're not going to talk to me like that. I would have jumped in this box if I was a Trump supporter.
They're not there. They're scared.
I was about to say, listen, they don't have the testicular fortitude to get in the box.
Yes, none. No testicular fortitude to be seen amongst any of them. They don't share any of it. Where are you, Trump supporters? Where are you? You guys don't want to come up? Oh, Santana, I don't know if you heard, but that video about them being deported, that's not, that was factually, not this mother effer. All right, Santana, have at it.
Yep, this is all you, Santana.
This is all you.
Today.
Because I ain't doing this.
I'm going to do it for the make a t-shirt.
I refuse.
Trump Prophet, I have a question for you.
Prego.
I have a question for you.
Prego, please.
Why are you a bitch?
I'm going to go get cheesecake.
I'm sorry, that's not the actual question. I apologize. How, in this day and age, with Jeebus on your your PFP, how can you still support Donald Jimothy Trump?
Well, for many reasons. I think the bigger danger is that if you're successful in your attempt to get rid of him by hook or by crook, however you'd like to do it, which you may well do. It seems as though you've,
specifically?
No, not you specifically. I'm
Okay.
sorry, the generic you. When I say you, I mean maybe the left or the opposition. If they're successful in this, then they have no idea it'll be even worse for them. Why do I say that? Well, yeah, indeed. Because President Trump, for all his faults, and you can hate him, I understand why you would. The past few days, past few weeks they've kind of got a bit pear-shaped.
But that's because that's honestly because
That is the good. I can't compete with that. I'm cooked. What do you want?
down. Nigerian
That's a
prince
low blow,
down.
Eric.
Surprise, surprise, it ended up being a white man. Oh,
Hold on, let me get the acoustic real quick.
hold on. Probably drink. Do I have any more uncle?
That's the best
Didn't
political
want
music
that
I've ever heard.
lady in office. Yeah, so I mean, the reason why things have been really bad for the last couple of weeks is because
Someone just shut down my plane.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Anyway, go ahead. I apologize.
No, I mean, I can't compete with that. That blew me away. Really, I don't know what you want. I mean, Eric, I wasn't expecting that. It's good job. I mean, like I said, the plane crashed. But even though that happened, I can still come out and it's like the movie Alive. You know what I mean? I can still try to get people to come to the wreck. So here's my honest message, and it really is something that worries me. When or if you're able to unseat Trump, then
Can I ask a quick question? I'm sorry, Trump Prophet. Santana, have you ever talked to him before?
No, but I've heard him. I've heard him speak with you guys.
Okay,
he's
okay.
like toxically positive.
Yes, he's toxically optimistic.
Not
Yep.
tonight.
Yep. Okay.
Not
great,
tonight.
great.
Actually, yeah, when I heard that guy story
Epstein.
came out on Friday. Can I say his name?
I
Epstein.
can. I don't know.
when
I
he
say a
was-
lot of stuff I'm not supposed to. White.
Well, I don't know. It just
Anyway,
seems
go
like I
ahead.
should be able to say his name on TikTok. It's just, at any rate, so when that story came out on Friday, I realized that things are moving way more quickly than I had even possibly guessed, and it makes me think that the people supporting Trump behind the scenes, if you want to say it like that, have decided to move forward with the timetable. I don't think President Trump will stay in office very much longer. I think they find him no longer necessary, which is terrifying for me. I thought that he'd be able to balance a few factors against them. Men like Peter Thiel, who's definitely taken a lot of power recently. And I think that the danger is that I know you don't want authoritarianism and fascism, but I am worried if you get rid of Trump, that's what's coming, and it'll be naked. No, you may think you have it, but if you really want to see what it's like with him out of the way, then you will see, and it terrifies me, then you will see an apparatus that none of us can challenge and that will proceed quickly and very efficiently to dismantle any opposition. And it'll be to everyone's detriment. So I don't think there's a good ending to this one way or the other, but I think if you want to at least have a few more years of semi-normalcy, you'd be very reticent to get rid of Trump.
I completely disagree. Donald Trump is nothing but a puppet. He's a figurehead.
I agree. That's what I said.
Right?
Well, I wouldn't
mean,
like that.
he literally, like, the Heritage Foundation has been pulling strings for a long time now. Donald Trump does have those bouts of, I don't want to call it clarity, right? But he has random moments where he says stuff like,
humanity.
Oh, Florida shouldn't have a 6-week AB ban. He says stuff like that, and then his handlers get a handle of him and say, hey, don't say that. And then he just turns around and say, oh, actually they should, right? And so those types of things happen. But Donald Trump made a deal with the devil. And the deal that he made was he sold himself to Elon Musk and whoever else was willing to buy, that if he could get a second term back in office, he could stay out of jail. And that's what happened. So Donald Trump doesn't care about the country. Donald Trump doesn't care about what comes next. And yeah, you can talk about Peter Thiel and how literally he's the puppet master for JD Vance. You can talk about the PayPal mafia and all this other stuff, but like I mean, we're already full-blown authoritarianism. I mean, like, they're consolidating power, like they're weaponizing media, like they're already doing all of it. Like, we're here, bud.
Well, the truth is complicated, and there's mutually exclusive facts that happen within the truth. So what you're saying is partially correct. When I heard Alligator Alcatraz, that name mentioned, it struck me that
You mean
that
the concentration camp down in the Everglades.
Just the name of it, just the name and the optics alone. There's no one.
Hey, did you know they've already done this? Like, built concentration camps before? Like, this isn't new.
You mean like Manzanar back in the Second World War?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know but the way it seemed, the provocative name, needlessly provocative. Yeah. And a lot of these things are needlessly provocative, like the big, beautiful bill. It seems to me that there's things happening to where all you can do is dislike really strongly the administration. And
but you know why they do that though. Are you in economics?
Yeah, I know. I actually was. Yeah.
Do you think that it's the steak or the sizzle? Come on now.
It's the steak.
No, it's not. Stop it. It's absolutely the sizzle. That's why they have all these flashy names, because it has no real substance. Come on now.
See, you think that Trump's in charge, or you think that Trump's managing this whole thing? Like, absolutely, he's not an absolute monarch. It was always an attempt to have many different people with totally different aims stay together, which was never going to work. But I thought Steve Bannon could keep it together better than he did. He's lost, I think, in this power struggle. I'm absolutely convinced.
Steve Bannon has been Steve Bannon got relegated when Elon got power, because they had such conflicting ideas, and it seems like he's never regained his footing. And yet someone just put in the chat like Stephen Miller is the one who's like really like Stephen Miller's writing the policy and has like a lot of control.
Yeah, that's part of it. But I think it's Vance, and I think Peter. The more I've looked into Peter Thiel, I didn't realize just how long his shadow had gotten.
Oh yeah,
especially when I saw the commercial during the parade for Palantir,
Yeah.
The commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm just being honest with you guys, and so I'm very worried. And I think that if you, it's going to be very easy. I think easier than you could imagine to get rid of Trump, to have him get out of office, whatever you want to say. But I'm worried. I'm terrified that if you do that, then there's nothing left to prevent the like, if you want to call them the shadow figures, from coming out in the light. And once they do that,
you know what,
then they're never going to give up power.
You know what the issue is, though. Like, so I hear you that you're scared. Like, I get that. I think the difference is between you and I. I realize that this administration is filled with idiots. Like, and I'm not even being like, it's not even hyperbole, right? The only reason that this administration doesn't worry me, or even if, they outs Trump and, Peter Thiel can actually, gain more control or whatever, unless they revamp the cabinet, the people that are currently in place, they're filled with idiots. And I say this, I've said this like a million times over and over and over. Donald Trump is a populist candidate. He was a populist candidate. He's a populist president. And lucky for us, he put the worst people around him who are all out for themselves. You called it, right? There's a bunch of people with conflicting interests. And so they're all trying to do things to serve themselves. And so they can't move forward with one actual goal. Now, if there's another candidate in the future who's a populist candidate that can actually put the right people around them, then we'll be in trouble, because the elector is not educated. Like, they don't research. I literally just talked to a guy who didn't know what the big beautiful bill was. He didn't know like what was going on with tariffs. He didn't know any of that. He just said that he saw Donald Trump on all of his favorite UFC podcasters shows, and that's why he voted for him, because all of the people that he trusted kept putting Donald Trump on their podcast. So with that being said, I mean, if we get another populist candidate that can put the right people around them, then we're cooked. But as far as this administration, there's a bunch of idiots that are out for themselves, that are just trying to line their pockets. So I'm not as worried.
I hope so. I hope that actually you're right, because that would mean there's some kind of normalcy to move forward to. I think it's gone so far, and it's going to go because we're only in the middle of summer, and things always happen in the summer. That's why I really wanted to come on tonight. It seems like my heart tells me
it's always under the Trump administration, though. Like, have you noticed that?
I mean, throughout history, if you look at July 4th,
but the summers are wicked under Trump.
Well, there's something moving here that's not good, and it seems to be winning the administration. And to answer everyone's question, I still would vote for Trump, even with all this happening, because there's still the possibility of something good coming out of this. If you look at Peter Thiel's,
what's the possibility?
The future is this that he wants. There's a dichotomy. It's a world that swings between total terror and absolute chaos. And we're seeing the chaos right now, which is going to be solved by the terror, which is, I'm afraid, going to be proposed.
We're seeing the terror and the chaos.
Well, that you're seeing, the terror is coming out now. You're
combination.
Right. But so that's just, I mean, but it's going to be easy to topple Trump. But I would just say, once you do that, you may wish you hadn't, because at least he is a human, and he still at least has some kind of humanity in him. And it's so easy to knock him down now that I think that's the intention. I don't know. The people are waiting in the wings. I mean, when I saw that interview with Thiel, the latest one, it just made my blood run cold. I mean, he has no emotion in him. It's like he studies these events totally dispassionately.
Well, but see, I think you're missing the point, right? I think you're missing the point, and you're worried about the U.S. in the sense of like them coming to the U.S. and taking power and wanting to actually, continue in the U.S. And you're wrong. The PayPal mafia wants to strip the U.S. of their actual money, yes, but like I would really I would point you in a direction. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I would point you in a direction as far as like looking up their thoughts and premises behind like what they're looking to do as far as establishing a country in the Middle East. Like, check that out. Like with the PayPal mafia, the super wealthy people, like check that out.
Yeah, no, you're right. There is that economic component, but the frightening thing is those people have become interested in more than money. There's AI and automation is tied up in this as well, which, the populist part of the party would never have accepted total automation. That's not an issue anymore, apparently. And it seems like we're going to get a lot more automation, and the cult of this AI type thing. And I know it's rich me saying the word cult, but still there's like this, it seems like there is really a desire to turn this thing into a semi-religious thing, not just to increase your productivity, but to kind of supplement it with something. Anyway, so I'm not optimistic tonight.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me, because I mean, if you can, again, you have a populist candidate. See, I think that's why I think it would be more useful for them to keep Trump than it would to actually get rid of him, because as far as his supporters, like, they don't support anyone the way they support Donald Trump. See, this is the problem that quote unquote MAGA has with the next iteration.
But does that matter anymore?
Well, listen. It absolutely matters. You know why I say that?
Please.
The last time Trump sicked his actual cult members on someone, like January 6th happened. Like they literally stormed the Capitol and tried to unalive the vice president. It absolutely matters.
The Epstein story, sir. If you've been, it has taken. He has been damaged so bad, and the optics of it are so bad. Why he's handling this thing so poorly?
Well, that's because he's on. That's because. Hold on. You know why?
Release the list.
Oh.
Seriously, we need to release the Epstein list. That is an important thing.
The list should be released, but also too, he's on the list.
Yeah,
he's on the list.
Well, even if he is, there's ways of handling it. The way he's done it is so.
I have a question though. I have a question. Why is this the line in the sand, the line of demarcation? Like, why is this it?
It's the speed of things, Erica. The way the things have been moving quickly for a few months now, honestly, but the way it seems like they're moving ahead with what everyone would have understood to be the next stage, which is the post-Trump stage of what's going to happen.
So why do you think that this is the thing that's going to get Trump removed from office?
Well, the timing of it, that happens.
I think it actually might.
You think it might too, Santana?
I don't know about like remove. I'm not as willing to go as far as him and saying they'll remove him, but like the actual backlash, the revolt, like Parker just looked this up, and Trump got ratioed on his latest post. Like, there's more people commenting and complaining versus even liking.
Yeah.
This was the one thing that could have hurt Trump. This is it.
This is a real thing. Like, that's why he put out
a
Truth Social post yesterday saying, "Stop talking about Jeffrey Epstein."
But
it's not what you say either, right?
But
the worst thing you could do.
Trump Prophet is saying that this is basically moving it forward. It's escalating like his removal. But I want to know, like, I don't think so either. I just want to know, like, from Trump supporters, if there is another Trump supporter in the House that would like to tell us why. Why is this the thing that does it though? That's what I'm trying to understand.
I still support him. Don't get me wrong.
He's done a lot. He's done a lot. So why is not releasing the Epstein list? Is it like you guys feel left out, like you're not in the room where it happened?
Well, I'm not saying I'm happy with the alligator Alcatraz thing either. Just why would you name it that? It's the stupidest thing. It's needlessly provocative. And Trump has never been.
It gets the people going.
Well, to a certain point, but then it's a bit much. And then what's next? I mean, with everything else is
Santana, focus.
It doesn't add up to me, Erica. It just. Oh, I thought you just dropped me.
Trump. He's so used to being dropped.
I'm waiting for it because you have a really sly way of doing it. You ask a question that someone is about to really think and answer, and then they're gone. But no, I'm really worried about this though. My heart is the thing.
This is what I'll say to you. This is what I'll say to you. Like, I hear you. And you and I feel like some of the stuff that we talked about, like, there's a lot of credence in what you're saying. I don't think it's going to go that far though.
I hope not. I hope not. And I hope if Trump is toppled, that what we find behind him won't absolutely make people, if people want him back, then I'll know we're really screwed. If people are saying, I wish we had Trump back, then it's the jig's up.
I think that's a whole big ass.
That's never going to happen.
Erica, I hope to God you're right.
Fucking no. No one's ever going to be like, I want Trump back. No, we're in the age of Aquarius. I just want to let y'all know that. Time for some magic. It's time for some magic.
I want that rash back that I used to have. No.
It's time for some magic.
Erica. I have to say, you've got great music. That song really.
Hold on. Luke,
I love that song too.
Luke,
Hello,
are you a
Luke.
Trump supporter?
Luke going once.
Lucas.
Luke going twice.
Hold on.
Luke, I am your
There you go.
Oh, God, you're the worst.
Low hanging fruit.
Yeah, Luke don't know you here.
Come back, Luke.
I don't do teacupping. All right. But listen, guys. All right. Please indulge me for like 20 seconds. We are in the age of Aquarius. Okay.
Hold on, Luke's
All right.
back.
The age of Aquarius actually spurs along societal
now?
changes. Yes,
Hold
we
on, Luke.
can.
Yeah,
Eric,
sorry, I
are you
had
talking
headphones
about
on.
magic? Hold on 1 second, Luke. Are you
Yes, I'm talking about magic. I'm talking about the way
this
this.
no magic.
Santana, who's like Santana? Let me see something. Santana, I want you to take a look at your screen.
My bad.
All right, and I want you to look at the top of your screen.
Hold on. Hey.
Now you're being condescending.
Am I being condescending? I just want you to look and see who juke joint this is. All right, as I was saying, the age of Aquarius brings about societal changes, also advancements in technology and changes in systems. We are literally seeing our system change before our eyes. Is it going to be easy? No, but there are going to be grassroots movements. What if this is like the change for us to actually get to real democratic socialism?
Wait. Oh,
They're never going to let
wait.
that
Hold
happen.
on. Erica.
Yes.
Okay, well, check this out. First of all, you're throwing too many big words at me. Okay.
Oh,
now,
Lord.
if I don't understand them, I'm gonna take them as disrespect.
You guys have way too many sound effects here. It's gone a bit overboard.
Thank you, Trump prophet.
But
Thank you.
Erica, do you think they're really going to let that
Wait,
happen?
hold on.
Do you think that
Trump
they're
prophet,
really
Trump prophet? I just first, okay. Hey,
You know what? You said some mean things about me, but I believe in myself. And my mama raised me to have confidence. And my brothers taught me how to fight. And I just feel good. And also, you a bitch ass nigga.
Did you?
Luke, you said that you're a Trump supporter, right?
No, I have a question for you though.
Hey, Luke. You want to see a magic trick?
All right, we're supposed to be doing some real black ass shit right
Yes, we're doing black ass shit. All right, I guess it's time to do black. White people, y'all can stay. It's just that if you're not black, no request up. All right, is Kiana here? Kiana, are you still up?
Let me say one thing. Hey, YouTube, if you're watching over on YouTube, you might want to get on TikToks because I'm getting ready to end the live on YouTube. So if you want to continue to watch, hop over to TikTok, find Erica or find me or whatever. But I'm getting ready to end the live over on YouTube. So it's about to be crazy. It's about to be crazy.
Boom, boom.